Okay, it says I am live. Can you hear me, Jason? It is. Let me see if I can take the delay off the chat since it's just you. Probably don't need a delay. I have no idea how to do that. Let's see. Community moderations. Ooh, this looks wrong. This might have been a terrible, horrible mistake. Let's see. No, the whole settings, not just this chat. Let me put onto live chat. That would be helpful. Okay. Possibly you're not there. All right, well, hopefully you are, because I have almost nothing to talk about. So I was kind of hoping that you guys would have something you wanted to discuss. Let me check and see if anyone else is coming. I think Jason left. Oh no, you are here. I've been okay. How have you been? I want to take the delay off the chat, but I'm scared. Let's see if I click this. I think it's going to mess up the stream. Oh, you've been great. That's fantastic. Yeah, everyone said they wanted a stream, so I did a stream. So I don't really have that much to talk about. So I was just relying on you guys to have topics or, things you want to talk about. So, is there anything you want to talk about? I wish I could take this off the delay. Let's see. Toggle timestamps. Pop out chat, send feedback. I know you can do it. I just don't know how. I'm afraid if I hit edit, it'll ruin things. Let's see. If this goes off, it's because I hit edit and it ruined everything. So hold on. Oh, wait. I think that I might have figured it out. Yes. Take off slow mode. Save. It worked. Slow mode is off. I'm genius. See, now we can have a real-time chat. My daughter's good. She's not home right now. She's at my mom's because she's off for President's Day. And then I was hoping that tomorrow I would have off work because she's also off tomorrow because it's like February break. And that we could go see Ant-Man during the day when it's cheap. But I have to work. So she's going to stay at my mom's an extra day. My mom will bring her back tomorrow night. So she's excited, though. She'd rather spend time with my mom than go to the movies with me. So it works. It works out. Everyone's happy. How have you been? It's been a while. Has it? Not much has changed for me. I was going to talk about movies. Have you seen any movies? New or, well, have you seen any movies recently? Even if they're not recent movies? I wish X was here. I need my co-host. Not really. You haven't seen any movies? Okay. Well, I can tell you about some movies that I saw if you want to hear about that. Or we could talk about something else, whatever you want to talk about. It's your stream. You're in charge. It's just for you. It's a private stream. Hang on, I'm going to wipe my nose. It's probably very unattractive, but, it is what it is. Okay. I'm going to assume that you're saying, okay, you want to hear about movies that I saw, but possibly you didn't, in which case, just type otherwise. Well, I did just see Puss in Boots 2. Yes, okay. That's why I put him in the thumbnail. I thought it was really great. I actually wanted to go see it in theaters, but I didn't get a chance. And then it's still technically in theaters. It's still technically an art theater, like it's on the marquee. But they have like Ant-Man every 10 minutes, so that's using all the screens. So there's no actual show times. But my friend paid for us to stream it, and it was really, really good. And I watched it like 2.5 times, and I liked it a lot. And hot take, but I don't really love Shrek. I know everyone loves it. I don't know. It's not, meh, you know. And we saw Puss in Boots 1 because it's on the streaming service right now, like to try and get you watch Puss in Boots 2. But it's terrible. My daughter liked it because she likes bad movies, but if she wasn't here, I would have turned it off. So I was surprised, but yeah, I thought Puss in Boots was really good. And I wonder why no one showed up either. I think that Sub will probably be here at some point because he normally comes through, but he might just be a little late because is he in a different time zone? Where does he live? Does he live in California or did I make that up? I feel like maybe he lives in a different time zone because he wanted it a little later. But I like to go to bed very early because I'm old. So. But yeah, I would give it a 9 out of 10. I thought it was really cute and it was funny. And I would definitely recommend. And you don't need to see the first one, which is terrible. So I would just skip that. Because honestly, I saw the first one and I don't remember anything about it except that it had a lot of Humpty Dumpty in it. And that's it. So I couldn't tell you what happened in the first one. And I'd still enjoy the second one. So I would definitely recommend it. Yeah. I can tell you about some other movies I saw. Let's see, what do I watch? Right now, I've been watching Will and Grace. I don't know why. It's not very good. You probably know that because it's been out for like 20 years. But I wanted to watch because it was on Amazon, and then I saw that they have like they did like a revival. It's probably not new anymore. It's probably like 3 or 4 years old at this point. But I was like, oh, I want to watch those. And I was like, I don't actually know what happened like plot wise in the other one because I never watched it from like start to finish. I just watched like if an episode was on. I've seen an episode here and there. So I don't know what happens like linearly. I can't think of the word, but like in order. So I was like, oh, I'll just watch a little. And now I think I'm on like season 7. It's not very good, but I'm almost done. I also watched all of Alf, and that is very good. I definitely recommend Alf. It's free on YouTube, and it's really good. So I would watch that before I would recommend Will and Grace. Plans for tomorrow? I have work, and I'm gonna go to the supermarket because we have absolutely no food in this house. We have no milk, no vegetables, or this Christmas movie came out. A lot of Christmas movies came out since last we talked. Which one? There was there was one Christmas movie that everyone. You work as well tomorrow. See, and you work. Do you still work at the supermarket? Then you're doing both things that I'm doing tomorrow because I'm going to the supermarket and to work, and you're doing 2 in 1, 2 birds, 1 stone. Yes. See, very efficient. Yeah. I still have not realized my dream of working at a supermarket, but there's still time. Oh, hey, Violent Night. That's what I was thinking of. I don't know if that's what he was talking about. Look at that. We got 2 people in here. Now it's a party. I did not see Violent Night. I don't have a reason why. I don't know. Every Christmas we watch The Sure Thing with John Cusack, which I would happily talk about for a long time. Have you guys ever seen that? It's this like, it's not terrible. It's like I think it's Rob Reiner made it. It's like a cheeseball comedy, like a chick flick, but it's like made in the 80s. So it's very like just very 80s. And it's got a lot of like people who are famous now in it. And it's very cute and I like it. And it takes place over Christmas break. So I always watch it on Christmas. And then Iron Man 3, great Christmas movie. I had a notification. I thought maybe it was about the stream, but it's not. It's from Grubhub about driving, not about food. Because I'm too poor to afford Grubhub. What have you been going on? I do wonder what happened to Zahn too. Zahn, if you're out there, obviously you're not watching now because there's only 2 people in here, but if you're watching this on a replay or at any point, I hope you're well. And leave a comment. I do. I wonder what happened to Zahn. I wonder what happened to a lot of people from the chat. I wonder what happened to the chat in general because they still have like or they have a Addams Family chat now and no one's ever in it. It's very sad. They must have moved on to other chats, other apps. Work is very busy. Actually, I have to check the schedule. I'm not sure what I'm doing tomorrow. I don't know. I just know what hours I'm working. I just know when I have to show up. I haven't looked at my actual assignment yet. I'm going to mispronounce your name, but Da. Did you see any movies? Well, you said you saw Violent Night. You liked it? It was good? It has David Harbour in it, right? As Santa Claus. I was thinking about Santa Claus and Christmas movies. Isn't it kind of weird how like we get really angry when they recast like fictional characters? Like everyone's really angry about Superman right now, and they're like, "Oh, you can't just." And like when they recast Spider-Man so close together, people are like, "Oh, you can't just recast right away. You have to leave time." But we have like someone new playing Santa Claus every 2 minutes, and nobody like. Wouldn't it be cool if we had one actor who always played Santa Claus? I know you like Friday the 13th, Jason. They should do one at Christmas. Do they have any in the wintertime? I feel like they're all in the summer because summer camp. They should do a winter one. I think the winter is scary because I don't like it. Although crazy temperatures we've been having, right? That groundhog is an idiot. It is so warm out. I'm just going to keep blabbering. What else can I talk about? I'm going to tell you guys about how the Men in Black came to my house like 2 days ago for reals. So I was picking my daughter from school and I came home and like our houses are like row houses. So they're not actually row houses. They're separated by like little tiny alleys, but they're really close together, like row houses. So there was a person like there were 3 people kind of like standing in front of like our house and then the house next to mine, the house on the other side, and they were kind of looking back and forth like they weren't sure which house they were looking for. And it was like this white lady who was like in like a nice blazer and she had like fancy, like she looked like really well put, like really like she looked like she did not belong here at all. I've never seen a woman like her here before. And I was like, that's weird. And she had like a lapel pin. And then she was with like 2 men in suits and they looked like very put together. And like sometimes people come and like knock on my door and tell me to vote for somebody, but they don't normally dress like that. Like this looked like really official. So I was kind of like, huh. And then I assumed like, so they were kind of also standing out in the street and I was trying to park and they weren't really responding to the fact that like I wanted them to move so I could park. And then eventually they did. And I assumed like when I got out of the car, they were either going to like try to give me a flyer or like ask me about which house, something about the houses, because they were clearly like looking for a certain house. But then like when I got out of the car, they didn't even like respond to the fact that Sammy and I were there. Like normally, like when someone walks by in like that close proximity, they'll be like, "So," like they'll give you some kind of recognition. They didn't like notice me at all or say anything. And I was like, that's weird. And then it was raining. So when we came up the porch, I could see that they had been on the porch because there were like muddy footprints that weren't like my sneakers, and I had been the only one who walked on the porch that day. So I knew they had been like up on the porch looking around. So like, it's weird that you'd be like, I'd at least be like, because I go to random houses, like when I'm delivering for Grubhub and I'm like looking for the house. And then I'll like, if someone looks out, I'll be like, sorry, I'm looking for like 248, or I'll be like, oh, sorry, wrong house or something. Like they didn't acknowledge that they had been on my porch at all. So I was like, that's weird. So we went inside and like Sammy put her stuff down. And and I look out the window, and they got into this black SUV with tinted windows, and they drove away. And it was definitely like the Men in Black or something. Like, I think that maybe Alf is living with one of my neighbors, and they were here to investigate and take him away. Actually, I have not been taking the bus, and my life has improved greatly, because I discovered during Christmas time that right the street over from the train station, there's some spots that you can park free for like street parking for 4 hours, until 5, and then it's unlimited. So if I don't have to be at work until 2, I can go at 1 and then leave my car because it's 4 hours. And then after 5, they don't ticket. So I can just leave my car there. So, and so far I've been able to get parking there every day, and it has worked out, and it's been fantastic. And my life has improved significantly because the bus is terrible. Oh, her basketball is good. Actually, she has the playoffs like next week, because the winter season is ending and then spring starts. Yeah, and she made a basket. I put it in the little video in the Discord. Oh, wow. Now it's just you and me again. I stared off somebody else. I don't know who that is. I would have to click through. Do you know who that other person is? Everyone has changed their names. I've never changed my YouTube. That's actually not true. Like 20 years ago, when Google bought YouTube, in order to sign back into your account, because I had a YouTube account from like when I was a kid, which is still this account. And then I wanted to log in because I wanted to post a video of my rabbit. And at that point, Google had bought YouTube, and they made me set up a Google account in order to log in. And when I did that, it gave me the option to change my name. I don't even remember what my old name was, but then I changed it to what it is now. And I've never changed it since. Yeah, back when we had Zoom, that was fun. Yeah. You try and set up Zoom, but my internet is not that good, and I'm worried it will crash. You change your name. Yeah. Everyone did. It's crazy. How are you? You're in Central New York. I was going to say upstate New York, but you said a million times it was Central New York. Did you get any snow this year? We haven't gotten any. Well, that's not true. We have gotten snow, but like I consider a snow like when you have to shovel or like clean off your car. We haven't gotten any snow that I've had to shovel or put salt out for or anything. And last year at the end of the season, we got a big snow. I think actually this time last year, because it came up in my memories. And I remember they were selling salt at CVS. They had a big display because it was the end of the season. They were trying to get rid of it. And I was like, oh, do we need it? And Sammy was like, oh, it's super cheap. Get it. And I got it. And then it never snowed. It had just snowed a ton. So we didn't need the salt anymore. Like we'd already taken care of it. But she was like, it could snow again. So we got it. And then it never actually snowed. And then this year I haven't used it either. No, you didn't get any snow? Yeah, it's crazy. But then they got like snow in like Texas, I think, based on social media. That might not be true. And I sound like an idiot, but I'm pretty sure that they got snow in Texas. Or they had a lot of ice. But it was actually snowing here the other day. Again, not that anything that stuck, but it was like 60 degrees and snowing. Planet is dying. It's very sad. Wow, I've been talking for 20 minutes. That's crazy. I was going to say, do you have anything to say? But you can't talk. I mean, you can talk, but the stream won't be able to hear you. Did you have a good Valentine's Day? Did you have a good President's Day? Keep talking. Hey, you're back. Who are you? That sounded rude. But did you change your profile name? Because I didn't click through to see if I should know who you are. Let me see. Go to channel. Your channel is probably not going to have any good information. Or maybe it's really awesome. It won't load either way, so we'll never know. Your secret is safe for now because of my bad internet. But I'm happy to have you here. Oh, he left again. Dang. He was scared I was going to expose him. Well, it won't load, so. Oh, he's back. Oh, maybe my thing is just wrong, the counter, and you were here the whole time. In which case, I apologize for saying you were not here and invalidating your presence. We are very happy to have you here. Did anyone do anything interesting today? Today I just cleaned, which was not interesting. I've had a very unfocused weekend because I can't fill my Adderall prescription with the shortage. So it's just been boring, hectic, unorganized, unproductive, all those things. You are like the wind. He's like the wind. Actually, the wind is really bad in our house. It's like really loud. Actually, the other day there was a lot of wind and we were leaving for school. And we have like two doors. So we have like the normal front door and then we have like a metal security door and they open like the opposite ways. So like when you're walking out, the normal door pulls in and then the security door opens out, right? So we were going to school and I like walked out both the doors and I had shut the regular door behind me and I was going to like lock it. So I was getting my key and then the wind blew it open. So I was like, oh no. So I like went inside to like grab the door to pull it back shut and Huckster was standing right there. And then when I went like that, the wind blew the security door behind me and it hit me in the back. And Huckster's face was like so angry. And Sammy is still always like, remember when the door pranked you? And I'm like, yeah, it got me. It was definitely played a trick on me. It was terrible. That's my story about the wind. So you're like that. You're like a mean prankster. Yeah. That's really all I got. I made a list of things to talk about on stream, and I've talked about all of them. I'm glad you're good, Jason, though, and you're here. See, everyone was like, oh, do a stream. And I was like, do people want to stream? And they were all like, yes, but here they are. Is there a spy balloon over your house? I don't think so, but I wouldn't know. I have very bad vision. Is it nearsighted where you can only see things that are close to you? I can't see things that are far away from me. So I wouldn't know if there was a spy balloon over me. Although I do think that my life is very boring and not worth spying on. As you can tell from evidence from this stream, it's not that interesting. So I don't know. I don't think the Chinese would be that interested in it. If they are, they could just watch it on here. Great in life. Yeah, I don't even know if oh, did you see the girl who plays Wednesday Addams died? Add some excitement to my life or to the stream? I like my boring life. I'm just waiting for death. Aren't we all? I keep getting notifications and I think it's about the stream, but it's not. Yeah, I wonder where everybody is. Maybe they're doing exciting things on this. I was going to say Tuesday night. It's Monday night on this wonderful Monday night. Maybe they're celebrating our presidents. A boring life is great. I don't like when my life is exciting. I mean, maybe like, I guess it would be good to have things to be excited about, but like, I don't like exciting things. Like, I have to give like an exciting incident, as in like, in the story where you have like an exciting incident. Is that spelled different? I don't think that's spelled the same way. That's like an event that starts thing. Oh, you're celebrating me streaming again. Wow, it has been a while. But I said I would do it because I realized that I could, and here I am. Now I forget what I was going to say. No, it's gone. I don't remember. Um, Wednesday and Thursday I'm off. Oh, when I started reading that, I thought you were going to say something because I said earlier that the girl who played Wednesday died. Oh, did you all watch the new Wednesday? What did you think of that? Sammy liked it. On my watch list this year, well, I wanted to go see Ant-Man tomorrow. I don't really know any movies that are coming out. I guess I'm not that excited. I do want to see that movie, and I don't know what it's called, with the red-haired lady and the boy from Stranger Things, and it's directed by Jesse Eisenberg. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's something about like the end of the world or something like that. Santa Claus, the movie. The one with Tim Allen, or is there a different one? That doesn't. Who's your favorite actor who ever played Santa Claus? I'm looking it up to see what movie that is. Oh, I just looked it up and it just gave me information about Santa Claus. I should probably put the movie. I thought Santa hadn't. I didn't know that's how you spell Claus. Back in 1985. All right, that's helpful. 1985. Let's search that. Is that what it says? Yes. Okay, I don't have my glasses on. 1985. Oh, Santa Claus, the movie. I've never seen it. Let's see what it's about. I mean, I'm sure it's about Santa Claus. No, it's this one. It's called Santa Claus, the movie. It's got, is it this one? You can't see. Is it that one? David. In this movie or just in general, he was Santa Claus? Huddleston. I don't know how to pronounce anything, so don't hold me to that. David Huddleston was Santa. Let's look up him and see if I know who he is. A lot of people named David playing Santa Claus. Huddleston. Well, I do know who he is. What do I know him from? Oh, yeah, it says right here. So that was the right movie. Oh, The Big Lebowski. He looks like he'd be a good Santa Claus. Scream 6 and The Flash. You want to see the Flash movie? Wednesday was good. Jenny Ortega. I thought Wednesday was okay, but it was a little bit like it was fine for what it was, but it was also kind of like they got this property and they were like, what if we made it Harry Potter? And I was like, what if you just did something interesting like within what is already like the lore of the Addams Family? Like, why did you have to turn it into something else? Like, just create something that's exciting like within that world. I actually didn't see the trailer for Flash yet. I don't know. All those WB movies are so bad. I mean, hopefully it's good. I guess some of them are okay. I do like, oh, you know what I do want to see? I liked Shazam. I want to see the second one. That looks exciting. Well, some of the newer ones are good, but like just like the original ones were so bad. Like the original, not the original one, but the Superman and the Batman versus Superman one. That one was terrible. And I didn't see Zack Snyder's version of Justice League, but I assume it was much better than the other one because that's like a very low bar to clear. So, you've never seen any of the Harry Potter movies? Have you read any of the books? I actually don't think I like the Harry Potter movies. I don't know if I like the. I read over the pandemic. I read all the Harry Potter books out loud to my daughter, and they're like weird because they're really entertaining. Well, some of them. She kind of gets away from the editors at the end, and there's like chunks of 100 pages that you could take out, and it'd be fine. So like some of it's a little, it drags, but it's good. And it does like, it makes you like, you like it and you want to talk about it and you want to get like stuff for your house when you read it. But then it's also like bad. There's a lot of stuff in it where you're like, this doesn't make any sense. Christopher Reeves was the best Superman. I agree with that. You think Zack Snyder was so epic? He's still alive, so did he just lose his epicness, or you just no longer think that? I don't know. I don't have a strong opinion on Zack Snyder. I guess I'm pretty neutral. He hasn't really done anything to win me over. Oh, do you mean his movie? Probably that's what you meant, that his Justice League was really good. Well, it definitely was epic. Wasn't it like 5 hours long? Yeah, his movie. Okay. I don't have whatever streaming service that was on. What was it on? Was it HBO Max? Or did I make that up? Whatever it was on, I didn't have it. I would probably watch it. I have a lot of free time to do nothing, so. But I don't know. HBO Max, yeah. I also feel like it's kind of weird because I don't know. That was a weird thing that like existed and came out. Because yeah, when is that ever going to happen again? But also I don't feel like that was like his original like if he had never been taking off the project, that's not the movie that would have come out, right? So it's kind of weird that people think that it is. Also, it's just like it's just weird because now that it exists, but they're done with his like movies. So I don't know. What did you think about him putting Jared Leto's Joker in though? Do you like that? Because I'm not a fan of his Joker. So I have a feeling I wouldn't like him being in the movie. You've been having heart problems, like actual heart problems or like metaphorical heart problems? Either one is bad, and I'm sorry to hear that. I'm anxiously awaiting to find out which. You have a heart murmur? I was born with a heart murmur. Ah, Dave, hello. Jared was mid. I think he was really bad. I know a lot of people said that they cut a lot of stuff from that film, and if they hadn't, he would have been good, and this and that. But like, if like it's not the reality we live in, what we saw was terrible. So that's all I know. You know, maybe he would have been really good, but he wasn't. You know, that's not the movie we got. So who can say? Dave, hi, how have you been? Thank you for joining our small gathering. Now I forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah, I was born with a heart murmur, and it was well, it was like really bad in that like my mom could even hear it in like the stethoscope, and the doctor was basically like, if it was as bad as it sounds, she would be dead, and she's not. So it's probably not as bad as we think it is. So let's just wait. And then it went away, and it got better. So hopefully yours will go away. Although I don't think your heart is still forming, so it's probably not going to happen. But I hope you get the treatment you need and that you're able to get better. He played Batman in games animated series. He died, didn't he? Or is that somebody else? Someone who played Batman in the series recently died. I would make a cool Harley Quinn. Well, she is like crazy, right? So thank you. I didn't hate Birds of Prey. I'm not saying it's a good movie. I'm just saying I didn't hate it. I think a lot of people hated it. I thought it was fine. I only saw it once, though. You ain't crazy. Well, you've come to the right place. Yeah. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about? Rest in peace, Kevin. R.I.P. They were good. I'm not sure what was good, but I'm glad something was good. Yeah, Heath Ledger was definitely the best Joker. I mean, where he gave the best performance, I think. Oh, I'm glad that you're having fun, Jason. This is your stream after all. I didn't like in the end of the Batman, the one with that just came out with Robert Pattinson. That was a Joker in the end, right? In like the cutscene with the Irish guy. Besides Will and Grace and Alf, I'm very into Alf. Yeah, that was the Joker, right? I didn't love that, but you know, we'll give it a chance. We'll see. I didn't like it. I was like, meh, but it wasn't a lot. So Alf, you've never seen Alf? Well, it's free on YouTube, and you should definitely watch it. It's great. I thought Jack Nicholson, he's a good Joker, but it's also like a he's very like it's like the animated series Joker. I don't know. It's a different animal, I guess. Elf is a great Christmas movie with Will Ferrell. Yeah. I actually have a sister who loves Elf. (1988). Who was the Joker? That was 1989 that Jack Nicholson was the Joker? I was born 1988. I thought that movie came out way later. You know, he was president of Mars Attacks. Well, yeah. I don't know. Is it Joe? I honestly, the weather, it is warm. It's warm as hell today. I took Huckster on a really long walk. Just want to make sure it was out of earshot when I said that. But it was really nice out today. Now I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah. Oh, I haven't really read Batman comic books. I don't know why I said I haven't really read. I haven't read a single Batman comic book. I don't know why I said that like I've read some. I haven't read any of the comic books, but is like the Joker, they're always like, oh, it's Batman's most prolific nemesis. And like, is he, or do we just think that from the remakes? Like, is that really Batman's biggest? Because I feel like when Spider-Man came out, like everyone was like, the Green Goblin is Spider-Man's number one enemy. And it's like, not really. We just thought that because we had one movie and we were like, that's it. That's his villain. That's why they chose him, you know? But they seem to be like, oh, we have to do the Joker. And it's like, do you? Do they have to do them every time? I don't know. What was I going to look up when the Jack Nicholson movie came out? That's the Tim Burton one, right? With Jack Nicholson. He's in a lot of movies. I don't know why I was like, searching him will be the fastest way to get this information. Definitely won't be. Mr. Freeze. Oh yeah, it's right here in the 1989. That's crazy. I thought that movie came out like when I was a kid, but it came out like when I was 1 year old. So, See, this stream was both fun and educational. Now I've learned something. Let's see what Google says. Well, I guarantee if I search who is Batman's number one villain, it's going to say the Joker because that's what we think. Oh, this is what came up when I searched who is Batman. Who is Batman in the Flash? Who is Batman Beyond? Who is Batman's girlfriend? All good questions. And when I put the apostrophe S, I got girlfriend, son, and butler. Who is Batman's girlfriend? Doesn't he date a lot of people? Isn't he kind of like a Lothario of kinds? Like the Lakers in basketball. That's a good fact. Well, they did do other villains, but I feel like every time they're like, oh, we have to do the Joker. You were born in 1982. That's cool. It was before I was born, so I don't know if it was like I can't speak on that year, so I wasn't around. Who is Batman? He does get around? Because I know he dated, doesn't he date biggest enemy? It says biggest enemy, rival, or villain. I wouldn't use enemy or rival. Those are weird words. Why did those come up first? That says the Joker. You were a kid when I was born, 1988. So the movie did come out when you were a child. It says the Joker. The Joker is undoubtedly the best Batman villain by a long shot. Okay, first of all, that's an opinion, Google. I don't know why you're giving that to me like it's fact. Second of all, just because he's the best villain doesn't mean he's the most prolific. Like, who's in the most comic books? Oh, it says, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's being the strongest. His biggest weapon is simply how insane he is, which makes him unpredictable, even in the eyes of so-called world's greatest detective. 1989. Why'd you make that face? That's the one you're from the same year as the Batman movie. It's a great year to be alive. 13 greatest Batman villains of all time, from Joker to Penguin. That's going to be the name of my biography, From Joker to Penguin. The Layla story. 20 greatest. I just want to know who's in the most comics. Can I search that? Yeah, with Penguin and Catwoman. By comic relief. No, by comic book. Danny DeVito is good as the Penguin. They had the Penguin in the new movie, and it was like, oh, that's really interesting. It was Colin Farrell, and you're like, you can't even tell. And it's like, yeah, you can't even tell. Why didn't they just get a guy who looked like that? Why did they put all that makeup on him? This is still giving me the Joker. The clown prince of crime. Batman's villains do have really good, little nicknames. I know there's some nerd out there who has done the math and knows which, this is definitely obtainable to know who's in the most comic books. Give me what's a reliable comic book website? I don't want BuzzFeed or something like that. I want the real nerds, the people who know. The Riddler? These are all just opinion pieces. Oh, speaking of the Joker, they started filming the second Joker movie. The first one was filmed a lot in Newark, and they got licenses to film in New Jersey again, but they're not announcing where. I assume it'll be Newark again. So that should be interesting. And it's going to be a musical. Okay, this is the list of top 10 according to this website, which has a lot of ads. Number 10 is the Joker. Number 9 is the Penguin. Number 8 is Deathstroke. Was he in one of Zack Snyder's movies, or did I dream that? Number 7 is Harley Quinn. Number 6 is the Riddler. Number 5 is Bane. Number 4 is Red Hood. Number 3 is the guy from whose name I can't pronounce, who's in the Christian Bale ones. I can type it in chat. The Raw guy. I don't know how you say his name. Ra's al Ghul. That's my best guess. Number 2 is Poison Ivy. And number 1 is Mr. Freeze. Look at that. There you go. This person did you write this article? If I zoom up to the credits, am I going to find out who you are? Black Adam was good, the movie? I haven't seen it. I've heard bad things. No. The most flattering things I've heard is that it was mid, so yeah, he's in a cutscene? Okay. I was like, I'm pretty sure he's been in a movie, but I don't think he was, like, the main villain. Okay, see, everyone seems to think that maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he is maybe the Joker just is. Maybe he's, like, all over that comic book. It was good for a DC movie. Well, that's like, where are we putting the bar? Okay. But was it like but they're not making another one, right? They already said that? I don't know. I like The Rock. He's like super charming and he went to the same school as me. And obviously, like, no one has anything bad to say about him. And I don't have some like hot take. Like, he's very handsome and charming and he seems very nice. But he also, like, he gives you the same thing in every single movie. And it's like, that's fine. So does like Ryan Reynolds and like a lot of other people. But it's like, I don't know. He's not like a talented actor, right? Like, he's always doing the same thing. I do smell what The Rock is cooking. I am. I'm in love with The Rock. I didn't want you guys to find out about it this way, but here we are. Now you know my secret. Yes, he did leave the Witcher series, and now he's not Batman anymore. So what's he gonna do? Is it Cavill? I've always said Henry Cavill, but I think recently I've heard it said Cavill. So yeah, my secret's out. It's true. That's why I didn't see Black Adam because I love him too much. I can't. It'd be too overwhelming to see him in a movie. Actually, have I ever even seen a movie that The Rock is in? I must have. Have I? I don't think I have. Let's go to his IMDb. I know he's in a bunch of things I haven't seen. What's his name? Dwayne Johnson? If I look up The Rock, will his IMDb come up or no? Yeah, he always plays himself, which he seems very charming and likable. So you're like, yeah, that's fine. But it's like, also, I don't know. I've seen it, you know? So, like, I don't really like when people like that are in like Superman movies. It kind of pulls you out because you're like, oh, he's here now. I was just thinking that, like, we need new actors because what was I watching? I don't remember. We were watching something and someone was in it, and I was like, oh, it's that guy. And I wasn't, and I was like, it really pulled me out because I wasn't like, oh, it's some new character with some identity I don't know, like, who is this person I'm meeting? It was just like, oh, there's that actor who's in everything. So I was kind of like, meh, you know what to expect. Okay, let's see. He's in Black Adam. Haven't seen it. He was in Red Notice, which I heard was terrible. Oh, he was in Free Guy. I did see that, but I didn't know. Oh, he was the voice. I was like, I didn't know he was in that. Didn't see Jungle Cruise. He was in a Taylor Swift music video as a voice. Okay. Jumanji, I didn't see that. I've never seen a single Fast and the Furious movie, but I would like to. Do you have to start at the first one? Will you be confused? Yeah, I know he's in Jumanji, but I mean, I've seen Jumanji, but I've never seen the remake. I've only seen the original one. Gene Hackman. I just watched something with Gene Hackman yesterday. Was he in the Birdcage? Start at the beginning. Will they be too fast and too furious if I don't start at the beginning? I'll just be confused. I think Gene Hackman was in the Birdcage, and I watched it yesterday at work. And I watched something else. Well, I watched The Help. It was okay. That's my review. Baywatch. Oh, Moana. That's what I've seen with The Rock in it. It's a cartoon though. That's a great movie. I'm gonna give my endorsement of him. It isn't good, The Fast and the Furious. I want to see one in space. I'll go if they do one in space, I'll go see that. He was in Gem and the Holograms. Oof. He's not in very good movies. Why do we like him? As an actor. I mean, again, he seems like a lovely person. No hate. The Tooth Fairy. I didn't see that. Oh, you're leaving? Have a blessed night. Thanks for coming and hanging out. I'm almost done anyway. We've been going for 50 minutes. Oh my God, he was on an episode of Hannah Montana. I definitely saw that because I watched a lot of Hannah Montana. So I probably saw that episode. Young Frankenstein. I don't know what that was an edit to. I don't know. They're making another Frankenstein movie. Oh wait, aren't they making a Frankenstein movie with like notable people in it? That sounded interesting. It has I'm so bad with names. It has the guy from Star Wars and Moon Knight in it. And someone interesting was going to be Frankenstein's monster. Let's see if it comes up in news. Would you like me to read Google to you if I run out of things to talk about? Robin Williams was in Jumanji, and he was also in The Birdcage. So there you go. Everything links back. This was all connected and planned out. I'm really good at streaming. Thank you for coming. And good night. No, I want to see who the other person in this Frankenstein movie was. Did they just announce? Frankenstein movie. It was someone interesting, and it came up for some reason. Does anyone know? Can you tell me? Because I am not getting any hits. Well, it sounded interesting, and I am interested in seeing that. Wasn't that girl only 19 when she wrote it? That is crazy. I haven't done anything notable with my life. Mary Shelley. Oh, Andrew Garfield. Who, linking back to something I'll talk about, I am not convinced that he is not also the Steve from Stranger Things. I'm pretty sure those two actors have never been in the same place at the same time, and I think they're the same person. You're missing part of the conversation. All right, later. I'm going to wrap up in like 2 minutes anyway. Thank you for coming by, Dave. I hope you had fun talking movies. Yeah, it's Andrew Garfield and Oscar Isaac. I think that sounds interesting. Have I seen Ghostbusters Afterlife? I have seen Ghostbusters Afterlife. I saw it in theaters. And I thought that the first 75% of it was pretty good and interesting. And I would really like to see the end to that movie. But unfortunately, after that, they just had the end from the first movie, from the original Ghostbusters. And I was like, what happened to that other movie I was watching? How did that one end? And I would still be interested in seeing the end to that movie that they made me watch for most of the movie. But unfortunately, they didn't put that in the movie. So that was a disappointment because I thought it was pretty good. So, yeah. All right. Well, we've been going for almost an hour. Do you have anything else you want to talk about, Jason, before I leave you to go to bed? I got to take the trash out because it's Monday night. Last closing thoughts? Anything? I hope you had fun. I can't believe Sub didn't come. Not really? Okay. Well, then I'm going to say goodnight and I'm going to go take the trash out and the dog. Oh, you did? Oh, you did have fun. I thought you were saying you did have something to talk about. Well, I'm really glad you did have fun. And thank you for coming and for staying. And yeah, we'll have to do this again sometime. Maybe not. We'll have to see when I have time. But we will do it again eventually. And thanks for coming. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.